Are you looking at purchasing a home in and around the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area and curious what the most recent market trends are? In this video, I will be going over the real estate market trends for February 2025. Welcome back to my channel where I discuss all things about real estate in and around Coeur d'Alene and living your best life in North Idaho. There were 308 properties that successfully closed in February compared to 263 in February of 2024. 27.3% of those closed properties that sold as all cash, making that 84 cash sales. Now let's take a look at the breakdown for those cash sales. 11 of them sold for under $300,000. 22 homes sold for all cash between $300,000 and $500,000. 28 of them sold between $500,000 and $750,000. 8 closed out between $750,000 and $1 million. 11 of them sold between $1 million and $2 million. And 4 closed out for over $2 million, all cash. The majority of the homes that closed between $400,000 and $499,000, which has been the same price range as previous months, and had 64 total sales. 30 homes closed for over $1 million in February, which is the exact same number as in January of this year also. The price range with the most price changes was $400,000 to $499,000 with 31 price changes. Now that is the same price range that typically has the most price changes. Now both $500,000 to $599,000 and $600,000 to $699,000 had 28 price changes in those price ranges. And we still are seeing a fair amount of price changes in price ranges over $1 million. Now, this is suggesting that sellers are proactively adjusting to meet the buyer's expectations in these competitive price points. Sales for the month of February were up 14.8% from the same time last year. The median sales price for all those homes that sold was $549,900, which was an increase of $19,440 from the previous month and an 11.3% increase from February 2024 when it was $494,049. The median days on market for those closed properties in February was 93 days. Of those closed properties, 88 of them were new construction, making that 29% of the sales for the month of February were new construction sales. For new construction, we are seeing fewer properties for sale under that $400,000 price range. The ones that we are seeing are more of the townhouses and condos, but we are seeing builders in other price points offering incentives to get some of those properties going. There is currently one active short sale in our entire MLS. So far in 2025, we have seen one short sale successfully close, and there are currently 2 that are pending. There is currently one active REO or bank-owned property for sale in our MLS. So far in 2025, we have seen one REO successfully close, and there are currently 2 that are pending. Those stats right there do show that there are not a lot of distressed properties out there, and sellers are still in a position to be able to sell their properties and make a profit off of them versus letting them go into foreclosure or having to short sale them. For those closed properties, 31.5% of them that closed closed with some sort of seller's concessions. Now, that could be closing costs paid by the seller, it could be for buy down rate, it could also be in lieu of repairs. But just that percentage of sellers paid some sort of concessions for the buyers to get that property sold. We still are seeing a fair amount of homes going under contract and coming back on the market, and a lot of that just has to do with maybe inspections not going as they thought or planned, or also maybe not being able to negotiate some repairs on inspections. Now, for those closed properties, let's take a look at what percent closed within a certain amount of time being on the market and what the original list price to sold price ratio was. When looking at these numbers, you can see properties move quickly within 60 days, have maintained closing near the original list price, though at a slightly lower rate than the previous month. Those remaining on the market longer, particularly beyond 60 days, tend to close at a greater discount, emphasizing the importance of accurately initially appraising your home. So, breakdown, if you're looking at those numbers, if you're a buyer and you're looking for a deal, look for homes that have been on the market about 120 days or more. That seems to be where you can get the best deal or being able to negotiate more off of that original price. But for buyers, if the home is not priced exactly at fair market or a screaming deal, you don't have to be in such a rush, and always make an offer. You don't know what a seller is willing to do unless they totally tell you no or reject your offer. It's always worth making an offer and then just hearing back from them. And ask for closing costs. It doesn't hurt. And again, the worst thing they can say is no. Sellers, if you're looking to list your home, look to list at fair market value. This is not a market where you can overprice your home and expect to get it sold. In fact, if you don't price it at fair market value, you will be chasing the market down. And the longer a home sits on the market, the more a buyer is wondering what is wrong with it and why doesn't anybody else want to purchase that property. So that's why it's best to list at fair market value right from the get-go. Make sure that you are using an agent that has professional photography so that your home is showing well on the internet, because that's where so many home buyers start their search. And if you have any questions about real estate in and around Coeur d'Alene, please reach out. My name is Amanda Cuthbert. I'm with the Phoenix Agency.